Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody, to a meeting of the Town of Manlius Planning Board. Today is December the 12th. First item on our agenda is to approve our minutes. We sent out minutes and then we made a modification of the minutes as amended. Are there any further requests for changes?
Other than that.
I'll second it.
Second by Judy. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The minutes are approved as double amended. The next item on our agenda is an application by Brolex Enterprises. This is a request for a zone change recommendation. This was referred to the Town of Manlius Planning Board to make a recommendation to the town board as to whether the zone change should be authorized or not authorized. We have scheduled it for public hearing this evening, looking to hear from the public. Madam Secretary, did we properly publish the notification?
Chairman.
Yes.
Is there any request? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to. Since I'm a resident of Manlius Farms, I will.
Thank you, Valerie.
Yes, my answer is yes.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes.
Would someone like to have this read, the notice of publication? We have a motion made and second to waive the reading. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The reading of the notice of publication is hereby waived. At this time, I would entertain a motion to open the public hearing. Made by Ann, second by Judy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The hearing is hereby open. And once this was announced that it was scheduled for a public hearing this evening, we started receiving correspondence immediately. And I think in all fairness, I need to let you know what type of correspondence we have received. We have received in support of the application to the zone change, correspondence from Daniel Mengen, Denver, Colorado. In opposition to the zone change, we've received correspondence from Tim Bailey, from Christopher and Victoria Valenti of 5828 Strawmount Trail, the Barretts, 5875 Strawmount Trail, John Beecher, the 5799 Strawmount Trail, John and Colleen Manura, 1010 Whisper Ridge Drive, from Lori Bort of 8812 Waterhouse Run, from Christy Carraher of 5805 Strawmount Trail, Paul Crest of 2020 Ridge, Caesar Chrisu of 4012 Brick Hill, Carol Condon of 4000 Brick Hill, Amy and Dan DeBlois of 8850 Haystack Lane, Chris and Cheryl Demers of 8855 Haystack Lane, back 3 letters from those folks, Maureen De Niro, 1409 Brick Hill Drive, Joshua Eastman of Mengen Farms, Kelly Eddick of 1924 Northridge Drive, Dia of Dorothy of 5813 Strawmont Trail, Frida family of Mengen Farms, Maria Hirsch of 3072 Wheatfield Drive, Steve Kelly, 5886 Strawmont Trail, Kristen Christer and John Philip of 5722 Harness Hook Lane, Todd Confura of 8843 Quarter Horse, Jacqueline and Manuel Lamas 1933 North Ridge Drive. Daniel Bedungo of Mengen Farms. Noreen Peddivhotla, 5870 Strawmont Trail. Eric Peters of 3016 Wheat Hill. Jade Reynolds of 5820 Strawmont. R. Robinson of Poolsbrook. Christine and Keith Seville of 8877 Horsey Lane. Andrew Schwank, 726 Schlook. Angela Schwank, 5826 Furnace Hook. And Ed Smith of 2000 Whisper Road. Robert Schwank of 1516 Royal Dairy of Novigrass. Michael Ashler of 8811 Porter Horse Road. Thomas of 8 Scott Weatherby, 2245 Edrin Drive, Chenango, and Claudia and Bill Weiss of Whisper Ridge. All of those last letters are all in opposition to the application. In addition to that, this board has received a petition signed by 138 residents in opposition to the change of zoning. We received a detailed letter from an attorney alleging to represent a homeowners association. It was a 7-page letter, making a reference to existing issues in the existing development. Many of the allegations of a serious nature. And we have also heard testimony from Mayor Elizabeth Martin in the village of Chittenango, who spoke to us concerning sewer discharge at the Poolsbrook lift station. I'm telling you all this for 2 reasons. Number one, so that you get a good understanding that each and every member of this board has received these correspondence and these letters. We've reviewed them all. We read everything we get. We understand what is being said. And the second reason is we have hopes that we will be avoiding duplicate testimony of your positions. We will now hear from the public. Is the applicant here?
Yeah, he's right in front.
Does the applicant want to make a brief statement as to the zone change and what is with that, just so the public here knows?
Brandon Jacob. Jacobson, 5912. Brandon Jacobson, 5912. And we're seeking the zone change to so that we'll be able to utilize one of the use of space, while the areas served. I think we want for 270 cluster. So that was our intention for the zone change, so that we could.
The original application was for 50. Is the figure now currently then 48? I had actually thought we had received a drawing of 46. It is 46. Okay. Are you currently the owner of this property? It's under contract. It's still owned by Mr. Mengen. Okay. This is a 16-acre parcel? Okay. According to the drawing that I'm seeing, there's two of the townhouses that are going to be in a flood zone. Am I wrong? Okay. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add? Okay, then we will open it up to the lady who came forward. Yes, yes. Any member of the board may ask a question.
Yeah, it was a little unfair to us as well. I'm just coming on with the tax map. There seems to be a little slithering of the small tax tuition. This commercial zone.
It's kind of portion parcel, like portion.
Yeah.
Is there a sliver of that that's part of your parcel?
That's what, especially even before we kind of have to. Kind of. Seem to be. It's a line of yeah, because we're not asking for with the commercial use to do it.
Okay. It's unfair.
Yeah, it's unfair to us.
Thank you.
Brandon, I did have one additional question. We heard from Mayor Martin. She came in front of our board and she talked to us. And she informed us that this past spring, that there had been a catastrophic failure of the sewer plant of the Coles Brook lift. And she had indicated to us that they are at capacity. And I presume that you were aware of the initial agreement between the town of Manlius and the town of Sullivan was that 85 homes could be built when it's developed, these two developments, Mangan and Coles Brook. Is that, would you be aware of that?
I believe it's actually. Agreement. And I think it's one. Because they're in the school agreement. As well as this maybe would be passing the legislation. Which meant there was a evaluated actual capacity. Yeah. Engineering. County, Madison County, because it's a village store, and I'm not speaking. So we have to listen. In the future, as well as my experience is not. Yeah, there's a point. Especially, obviously, I'm looking at engineering to make sure that that's the case. But our risk of approval loss. There are really. Almost 20 years now.
Do you understand that we were told by the mayor that this system is at capacity already?
With also this, I don't know, you just know that. Engineering questions, I don't know how much knowledge she has about that, but my understanding is. Because I look at the information from the engineering company that I can provide for the customer associates. Because we always see triggers in the country, they were involved in this one, to be able to provide the board with that information that wasn't passed. We have to obviously provide all the information and actually the board why they have information.
Have you made any contact with the town of Sullivan yet regarding this?
Make contact with the town, maybe also the towns to contact the mayor. We have absolutely. Because everyone knows that coming, you know, I have a parcel like this. School really makes you spend the first time for your state. You like almost just under an aggravated, just over. So that's just look at it without some change. People would be able to report that.
Any other questions from the board? Thank you, sir.
We're gonna move the owl because
The applicant and not a participant in this. I'm Tom, Wu, I'm the developer and developer. North Bridge. Makes this, finish gradually the presentation of the sources of economic capacity. The city department from the board of contribution to the village will handle up to 1,000 residential units. And then this is a question. The motive of the sponsor in question is because the aggregation decided to pump a car wash into our system without the measures and any compensation and the subsidy. When I hear organized, I understand the one little contribution is in New York. And I would be meeting with every municipality on about the counties would enforce and would to stress the need for residential housing. And we all have an obligation to this. Sites that are conducive was appropriate and not used by all the way. I think it is probably has utilities. We need to bring to the next 10 to 15 years, 40,000 additional residents. To the deal. This is an opportunity for this civic change. And I don't know how to get it. It's an opportunity for our kids, our grandchildren, when we create new economy for country arts. And you got what you can imagine. In the meetings for the last month, there's thousands of municipalities, people from West, people from West, from all aspects of the thing. And everybody said in some of this place, well, we don't want to see them. We all have to do our stuff. All have to do this because we have a commitment to provide housing. It's happening. It's a commitment. We've never signed the deal. It's going forward. It can't be. The construction people will be starting in next summer. In addition to the urban water relocation, Micron is the largest private investment in the world. $100 billion investment. It's changed the industry, it's going to change the demographics. We have to housing people, yes, and we have better paying. So we have mild winters. So try to feel for who's coming. It's going to be a challenge. We'll have to do our best. When you look at these sites, they're appropriate. You know, look to the zone, is it a commencement? What's around? Everybody wants to know the time again. But as planners for the future, we have to also look at what's appropriate. What's the neighborhood, what's the community, what's going on around you. And you really have to do this because it's still the United States and the other samples, right? Peaceable development, and appropriate development. I'm not sure that nobody's actually required this time. Housing is important. We really don't. So we can have given this position, I don't know where we start and I don't know where it ends, but it's huge. It really is. And it is an opportunity. When it says that we have to get for the practice to be a little longer, a little hard during there, but we need to create how we need to make this community and every personality has that leadership.
Tom, don't go away yet.
We see a lot of things on this.
You go ahead first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to remember this. If there was. I understand. Never.
I am totally unaware of that. Your champion is owned by Don Megan, who I bought the Megan farm from. But we didn't buy this because this is nothing. We excluded this at the time.
Okay.
I don't know what is the reason.
Okay, so it's never legally.
No, I've never seen. And again, most of the Megan homes were built by Ryan Homes in the contract with my company. So they should redevelop it and they bought all the homes to the people, and then they've been resale and whatever during the course of that. The only homes that we built are in the middle one. And that's mostly empty nester retirement, you know, to make sense.
I've got a question for you. You made a statement about developers being able to build on the land that they have and develop the land, and it's absolutely correct. However, property is zoned house. How do you answer the questions on the presentation that we received from a whole bunch of people that this is going to impact the value of their houses. They built houses relying on what the existing zoning was. And they known that there would be a possibility of a zone change, would have a different attitude about never having a book. What do you answer that?
Okay, look, yeah, an objective, you know, what I do for a living, I know, you're a developer as well. When I look at that project, I look at values and what's them, would have, for one, I don't think it would impact anybody's values. I think what
Please.
It's maybe, what I'm seeing here is basically family homes that are probably gonna be, I don't know, this is my kind of project, to be honest with you, I don't know what the demographics are. You know, we're trying to feel them, but here's what I'm gonna say to that, is that proper notice is the right to be to the next one. This is a piece of property that in New York State, Route 5, East Tennessee Street. To be honest with you, it looks to me like it's. Way I see it because of where it is. You know, you gotta ask all where you gotta do store going in down the street, and you know, dollar, or whatever. And it's appropriately sized for it. I think there's some, they should, whatever, but what is the best and most proper use for it? The other side, I would say, for part of my argument, one of the things I approach, you'll see more of this as we get going. We have a new zoning district that we are going to be bringing to various municipalities, mainly as one. It's a higher density zone. The reason is that we have to produce an affordable product, but that is in today's world. Our starter homes start at $9. Quality of life. You can do it, and one of the reasons is the land development cost. But if we can improve density, not necessarily to reduce the plucking and other, we can reduce the hopefully cost, but we can increase the number of units we can. To be honest with you, looking at the zoning, this is an RA zone now. Anything permitted in R3 is written in RA. You know, you guys do. So it can be done now because of the pretty tough to get the density that's needed to make it file as far as I'm concerned. There's no reason that if you were in lower density, I'm sure you can be zoning. You guys need a higher density. We can take 278 so far. It's my density plan, you know, we have to do it and from our maximum number of units. And then we cluster. Everything these days is going to be clustered. Future is totally clustered. Family detached homes are going to be extinct. The reason is they're too expensive to develop and they're too expensive to maintain and all the other stuff. That's essentially what people want. We're looking down the road at totally self-sufficient communities, not just typically 1,500 to 2,500 residential units in the project. Really good commercial, accessory stuff that where you can have some entertainment built in, you can have restaurants built in, you can have different types of housing, but patio homes, rental home, or some detached single family home, some recreational aspect. The idea is when you come back home from work at the end of the day, you come to your community and it's all right there. Everything you really need to, you know, and live with good and quality life. If we don't have those now, Mayberry Village is probably the first thing that goes with my father's a little bit ahead of his time, but you know, today we think I'm going to sell that on a 5-year scale, with those accessible uses built into it. That's what we're going to be looking for. But when you have really residential, we can get that's our solution.
Thank you, Tom.
Any questions? Yeah, thank you.
John's gonna move the owl so everybody at home can hear better. Because the audio is pretty bad.
Oops. Use the mic.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
The first row. If you still wanted to speak, you're number one. When you come forward to speak, please identify who you are and where you live. Okay.
Well, I'm Sharon Morris. I'm the lead. My property is one of the properties that would adjoin the proposed development. I provided you all with a PowerPoint presentation that I realized we wouldn't be able to. So we just have copies, so. everyone else, I hope you can follow along with what I'm doing. Basically, at the time we purchased our homes, one Maiden Farms opened in 2011. Every resident that I've talked to said we were all told the same thing, that Maiden Farms, the property in front of those homes, the road was zoned restricted agriculture, and it meant that the agricultural land had wetlands and urban developed. Also, the homes adjacent to lot 91, they premium prices extra for those because they considered between. Just a page of the zoning map that I got off online, and basically, as Mr. Dickinson stated, most of it is with agriculture. And on your maps, you really cannot tell that that little extra sliver, which would be north of Cardinal property, is commercial. Is the original map, and it's just showing areas of green space that is part of. And I don't believe it should ever be considered to be part of the proposed development. It's very part of the farms. The proposed development property, and that is owned by Manlius. The next page is the real estate times, and I'm sure anybody who's driven on out has seen it, and it advertises that it's a commercial site with all utilities, which would include sewer, which we refused. Back in November 11th of 2019, Rolex owes a $25 million 5 million apartment units. They requested that lot 91 be rezoned from R8 to R5, which was high density. However, after a public hearing, they withdrew that proposal. August 23rd, 2022, Rolex proposed portable 50, which is now 46 townhome duplex cluster housing under New York State Law 278 for lot 91, and he also stated they may be rental units. He stated clustering units will preserve open green space while avoiding wetlands and reduce overall development costs. However, I want to point out on his map, instead of avoid the wetlands, he's calling these wetlands green space. There's no additional green space provided on the map. He also stated that sewer would be conducted through the Manlius Farms with an extension of the municipal agreement. However, everybody's gotten copies. If you look at the intermunicipal agreement between the town of Manlius for Manlius Farms, it's at 85 homes. We live in the town of Manlius. We are not part of the town of Sullivan. And the town of Sullivan has a different agreement, intermunicipal agreement for their sewer. And perhaps they can have more capacity for that portion, but that is part of the town of Sullivan affiliated with the village of Chittenango, which would benefit the people of Chittenango. Okay, I'm going to go next to cluster housing developments because I think most of us don't have their understanding. Under cluster housing law, the state cluster development is used to construct more homes in a smaller area than permitted under local zoning code, that an environmentally sensitive lands will remain undeveloped. That means the home cluster, it would not follow the zoning law that would state 100 feet by 200-foot lot for the double lot. They can be smaller instead of having 15 feet, approximately it would be 7.5 feet for each property line for a total of 15 feet between homes.
Mrs.
That's
Stebbins,
30.
could you address it to the board and not to the audience?
And I'm gonna go on for the planning board meeting we had on October 24th. As you stated, approximately 140 residents had already opposed the zoning change. The mayor of Chippenango had sent a letter stating there was no sewer capacity. The intermunicipal agreement was for 85 homes, but there are 95. We requested another meeting, which my husband and I attended, and addressed all the concerns she has with capacity. It's not only capacity, it's redundancy. Capacity means basically there's only like one line. Redundancy would be if we had 2 lines, if one failed, there would be another line providing sewer. And as I think currently more homes are being built in Pool and Northridge in the town of Sullivan that's going to use any capacity that's left. On the next page, I have the Rolex initial appearance application. In the short form, he states the land is consistent and predominant character of the buildings and natural landscape. Lot 91 is agricultural and farmland, and neighboring farms are single family homes. He stated also that there would be no substantial increase in the present traffic levels. This area was in September of 2008, so over 14 years ago. He also stated that there are public transportation services. We do not have public transportation in our area. He also stated that it's going to be connected to the Mango store, which I've already addressed. Next page, he states the wetlands adjoin the property, but will not physically alter, encroach into an existing wetland or water body. Lot 91 contains wetlands and development and creation of impervious surfaces, which will add water to those wetlands, even with proposed detention. He states the stormwater discharge will flow to adjacent properties. Although a new detention pond basin is designed, additional runoff will flow from an existing swale into the Magnan Farm swale, and he even shows it. Into the swale. So we have environmental issues. The development of 10 and 16 acres. There'll be disturbance to the wetlands, wildlife, and farmland conservation, stormwater management, and encroachment. Next, I have a map of the proposed development with an overlay to scale with Magnan Farms. However, this was the one that was online for the 50 townhomes. So we would have a few that there are a few that the ones that would run through the swale are on both directions, which is the minus 4. There's no green space delineated. Lot 91 swale. That will go in swale, the blue dots. All my homes and all the homes on Big Lane, and any additional flow will cause flooding on Magnan Farms properties along the swale. And also it would fix from the Onondaga County planning in 20 with the last proposal he had for the apartments. It said that the southern side is encumbered by wetlands. And the wetlands are noted to remain protected. And they also stated a portion of the wetland area also occurs on the north of the site. The northern half of the site. you look on the map, it's on the northern side. Stormwater management concerns. The light blue, this is what was proposed that they do. And the light blue line, which may be hard to see, was an existing intermittent stream. And the dark blue shows how the developer, Mr. Oop, realigned that stream, and it runs into the detention basin. And lastly, there are other issues, schools, privacy, security, and space. I'm going to leave it up to other speakers, so thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yes, right. Yeah.
One was.
Mhm. The town is owned. Yes. Oh, that's considering cluster housing. That's with the cluster housing type developments.
And where did it?
That came from research online about New York State Law 278. That once a developer develops everything, most of these cluster developments become homeowners association, where the owners are then responsible for all stormwater.
Correct. So it would be additional cost.
Yes. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Please identify who you are and where you live.
I'm Chris Demar, this is with a PA, 5 Haystack Lane, in Chennai, which is in the Yukon. The presentation I want to provide you is really provides information off the surrounding areas that works into this proposed lot. If you look at slide 1 on the drainage map. Look closely, there's a blue circle area, light blue in that map. If you look closely at that, that happens to be a drainage space. And what's a drainage space? It's an area of land where water or rain or snow melt comes downhill. And where's it go? Into a wetland. The area on the south side of Route 5 is a rather large hill. As a matter of fact, the hill has a top elevation of 750 feet. It goes to Route 5 is approximately 500 feet. The compass is approximately 47 acres. Now, that water funnels all that water down the hill. Basically goes across that trail that's in Route 5, and it ends up in proposed lot that we're looking at. All that water at this point in time stays in the wetland. And from that, it has a couple of, at least the swale behind homes. If you look closely at that blue area, it totally encompasses the proposed project. That whole project is in a drainage basin, as noted by the New York Department of Transportation. That came from their documents in 2013. That drainage basin has been noted by the state. Hey, it's kind of interesting that their drainage basin was also noted by the original engineers for our development. They totally listed that area of the mountain as 47 acres, and it shows that the water was coming down an existing culvert, which leads into the basin. That basin was actually a holding zone for that water. Turn to the next page, which is soil type. This is something that I think all of us should be aware of, if you're not aware of it already. Depending on the different soil types, it determines the amount of water that can leach into the soil. If you look closely at this project, the whole area is labeled CD for soil types. Now, the groups C in this area have moderate high runoff potential when it's thoroughly wet. Water transmission through the soil is somewhat restricted. As I said, these are C and Ds. Well, these are a little worse. Soils in this group have a high runoff potential when they're thoroughly wet, but the water moving through the soil is very restricted. The reason why we're wetlands. Put more impervious area here with roads and with roots, and where's that water going to go? If you look closely at the map that he presents, I believe the detention ponds are built, because that's something they have to. Proposed development is not capable of running additional waters into our swale. It truly cannot handle any more waters in that swale. If you turn to energy matrix benefits to the environment, I'm not sure. The main reason for the proposed development area is not always being flooded, but when it is, it's planted with corn. Well, corn consumes about 1,000 gallons of water a season per acre. A typical acre of corn transpires 4,000 gallons of water per day. That's where our benefit. Benefits not only the environment, but also the natural drainage basin. So that's a perfect zone for corn. It's actually using corn and putting it back into the atmosphere. However, if you notice, after the ground is now cultivated and the corn is gone, now it turns out to be just saturated soil. If you look closely at the picture that's in color, you'll see some areas that are saturated at this time. This picture was taken 2 weeks ago, and that was before the rain. The ground was totally saturated even before the rain. If you look at the next page, which is offsite drainage, this is flowing many of farms. Currently, the proposed development served as a natural basin. Offsite drainage basin drains to make farm properties. See that on the map. It even states off-site drainage, and you can see it was flowing down where, well, they removed a few homes, down that path and through that path into our swale. All that water is going to the swale. Something will do. Now we have all this water. You know the water is an instrument entered the basin along the area. Any development that the projects will negatively impact on the current properties and the homes. We turn to the page with swale that went on number 1. All the water from this proposed property will eventually funnel down into the area by wet pond number 1. Now runoff from the property enters the swale area by making a farm, and that's behind the Strawman properties. This area does not prevent adequate flow through the drainage basin, and this results in ponding the water in the current swale. If you look closely at the left picture, you'll actually see standing water. To get a better picture of that, look to the right. That's our swale at the present time. It's standing water. It is not running water. That can be one of 2 problems. There's a blockage, or there's not appropriate grading from the original giant. That's something that we have to be looked into, because the water is definitely fine. Now you have stormwater management concerns. Additional impervious areas will have a negative impact on these swales. The current swale has not been maintained, and that's the town specifications. And if you look at the swale on the right picture, there's a 6-inch tree in that swale. There's also vegetation in that swale. According to the regulations. Either. You turn to Mega Farm wet pond number 1. It's kind of interesting because on that pond, additional water flow is going into that pond. I put a little bullet area to the right position. Additional pipes are entering that pond. They are not located in a area that were designed by this developer. It's not in the plans that are in the state file or in your records, but there's additional water going into that pond. The additional water is never calculated in the hydrology. The pond is not properly designed according to the amount of water that's going into it at this time. Now, is this water coming from the additional site? We don't know where that water is coming from. And another concern with that water coming in, it's not coming into the core bay. It's actually coming into the wet pond. All water should be in the core bay filtering. It's concerning that that water is into there. Since the wet pond is properly calculated, any water that comes in is going to further impact on this pond, resulting in further water in our development. I believe when you have the development, you try to keep all water from that development on site. That's going to be impossible with this site. I just all drains downhill, and our site is downhill. If you look at the next one, which is 4 bay wetland number 1, look closely at the vegetation in that pond. It's not to be there. What I'm saying is the storm water management area in this development was never maintained. And if there's any records on file that says it is, then those records should be questioned. Look at the next page, Strongmont Trail to entry from Route 5. This is what happens when you do not design, develop, and use your property properly. There are culverts that are either not property or maintained. Look at the dead trees that occurred because of the water standing in that area. There's a number of trees that have died since we lived there, and that's because of the standing water in that area. The road became a dam, and the dam is holding the water back and filling everything that's over in that area. If you look at the left picture, you can actually see the two culverts that are supposed to be going from the right side of Strongmont through the road to the left side. Well, it's kind of obvious if they're standing water, which means the land's not sloped properly with the texture of your block. But it definitely had an impact on the environment. Look at that trees. You try to designate federal wetlands. If you look closely at that picture, the blue area, designated federal wetlands. What's interesting, the previous developer put homes in that federal wetland area. That's a concern. And the homes that are in that area, if you speak to the people that own it, their basements flood. It's kind of why we have claims.
Mr. Demers,
That's going to happen.
try not to get so excited.
By the way, I'm hardly there. So if I speak loud, I will.
You're speaking louder.
Okay, thank you. I believe the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers would have documents approving this particular plan to have the homes built in that site. At least I would assume they would have. That's something that could be checked into. Homeowners in this development were never informed that their homes were going to be built in a designated wetland. You know, additional water from the proposed development is going to adversely affect properties and homes in our area. And that's something that should be looked into before approval. Personally, there's a swale behind my house, and the swale is adjoining this property. Every winter, I have to walk with an axe and break up the ice that's in that swale, so that the water floods my property. I don't do anything. Now, that means either the swale isn't properly designed or something's impeding the flow of the water. But I think that's sad. Questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. The first two speakers spoke at quite some length. I'm reluctant to cut off people, but I may hear you if we're going too long with any one speaker. Anyone else want to step forward?
No, Tom.
Tom.
Tommy Mino, 8859 East End Park. I'm in Clarence, I'll be short. I'm the fifth home in this development. Just want to say a couple of things. I paid a premium to be on the cul-de-sac. One of the things I was told was my premium would get me not only the cul-de-sac, but they kind of forever wild or undeveloped area that was called green space, which is adjacent to my yard. Within the first 3 years of owning my home, the swell in my backyard flooded my basement 3 times. I have 2 sump pumps going simultaneously. As stated earlier, higher elevation. Make a movement there will again flood my basement and my pool. It's gonna blow my
Sure, you live on Haystack?
8859 stick right this side.
Is that the house that this?
What-
Going right through it?
My house is built on the base side.
How often are you having trouble?
Well, my house flooded 3, my backyard flooded, basement flooded 3 times in the first 3 years. My sump pump is continually going. And again, it's, you don't have to have engineering degrees, see my backyard, land is higher than mine, build anything they have to come right in my pool and in my basement again. I am, yeah, the end of the cul-de-sac, yes. I can show you on the map.
Yeah. If you would mind.
Yeah. Answer any questions.
There are no questions. Thank you for coming and double thank you for being short.
Thank you very much.
Evening, my name is Larry Ray. I serve as the president of the Austin Manlius HOA. Here to speak on behalf of the HOA board. I'll speak very briefly. I don't actually speak exactly on this matter, but I'm hoping to get some help on the planning. Drive into our area of Austin Manlius. Hole on the first lot, it's been there for almost a year. There's rock and dirt piling all around it. It's built by a super builder, the house is nothing since. Now, I don't begrudge Mr. Jacobson's right to make a living. I would just say to the board, if they can maybe not proceed on this matter until he finishes the work with the son. This project, first of all, has piled the dirt and rock onto a very nice. You would be very pleased to know that we've developed a public walkway all through the Austin Meadows area. It's really a beautiful path on the east, piled stuff on there. There is rock and dirt. It's a nuisance, and the teenage kids are using the rock to throw it. We've complained to the code enforcement office. They've been very helpful as much as they can. They've asked him to put on a fence. It was one of those thin little red plastic fences. It was up for about a day and it fell down. We called Mr. Jenkins' office numerous times with no answer. Nothing's happened except it's a big hole there that's doing nothing. And so I don't know how much longer we have to put up with this. And I just would like to say to the planning board that I'm not sure what project should go ahead when other projects are lagging behind.
Thank you, sir.
Evening.
Good evening.
So my name is Colin Baldwin and I am a city of the village of Chicago, and also in Swedish. I don't live in farms. I live on a fence on Street. So I have a couple of points of just finding out. Planning board, I'm a little confused as to why nothing's in the village of Chicago about this project there. Nothing. Our mayor approached you because she heard rumors, sought you out, told you what our concerns are. Still, no one has come to the village, any of our board meetings, myself, for commissioner, That's these plans. And I guess my concern is it's really gonna be hard for development families that don't. People may not be interested in it. Our sewer is at capacity, so I mean, what their capacity is. My capacity is, I work for the residents of Village of Chittenden. County Sullivan, I Manlius, I anybody else. Trying to keep our costs and what we have left for the Village of Chittenden. We have some capacity left, yes. But do I want to get that? Really? Did I give it to the town of Sullivan? No. I'm gonna hold on. Like, as much as I can, so that I can develop. That is what I work for. So I hear these discussions about all this building and everything's happening. I'm a little bit, sometimes, no one's discussing anything, being the mayor. Then the mayor has been, to my knowledge, no one has reached out to this. So I guess my recommendation is for number is to act a little bit before you make a decision. I don't know if Manlius has a municipal plan, that would be awesome if he did. I might help Mr. Boots, he wants to develop a lot of stuff. I wish we could make the village of Chittenden because we would get some money for that. But to have him build things that I don't get anything from. Any questions?
Yes,
Absolutely.
as long as you are here,
Mhm.
can you correct the record? Because my understanding was there was an intermunicipal agreement that Manlius would be able to have 85 homes going into the Thomas Sullivan Sewer District. I just heard 300.
Okay, the town of Sullivan does not have a sewer district. The town of Sullivan has an intermunicipal agreement that they made that does not really work the village of Chittenden. Okay?
Okay.
The town of Sullivan does not own the sewer plant, the village of Chittenden does. So anything that goes into that plant, we have to approve. I'm not an engineer.
So how many? Question is, how many homes was that agreement for?
I would think that at the time it was for the proposed homes. Unfortunately, they were on this. Did not forget to look into the future. That understanding, that agreement. No one looked down the road to see, oh, there's gonna be more houses built if I can work commercial. So we're realizing now, we're looking to do new agreement, and it's in the hands of villages floor. So I really can't comment on what she's gonna do.
Okay, but you're telling this board that you are at capacity.
I'm telling this board that we are close to capacity, and what capacity is left.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
You would ask. But why? This is the person. You're the one.
Okay.
There is no.
Okay.
We're seeking to making a recommendation to our town. Whether or not don't change.
And I totally get that because we run into the same problems with our own planning board.
Yep.
They'll come up with things that they propose to them, which will impact my sewer plan. Told me this when you are in process, I would have let you know what's going on before you go further down the road. So it's not it's you guys.
Okay, no, so
It's the concept.
what we're gonna do.
Right.
But it's the matter of the meeting,
Mhm.
making a recommendation. yes to this motion, no.
Okay, but, for future reference, if someone's going to impact the sewer,
Well, that comes up next.
okay.
Then the town board reviews our recommendation, that is the big act, and they make a determination whether or not they determine they did not. That process will never be done.
Okay, so when you agree with me that there's been a lot going on here? And I've been happening if you this first.
It's.
It's the process. And I understand.
Mayor. Similar to what you just said.
Mhm.
And that is definitely part of the study.
And I do want to point out, Booth Rec pump station was, I say, not playing correctly at that stage. It is capable of handling the demand that it has to be replaced, but who has to pay for it is the village.
Well, that's.
So, that's going to happen, yeah.
There's several steps before we can.
Okay, I appreciate that. Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Are we all set?
Right, Eric Trace, 2849. Just for people who don't speak really smart. Her point is that we don't have to waste all this time here. That was considered like the last, just went through a couple of years ago, like, that we wouldn't have to waste our time. We would have to waste Mr. Biggs and that, so waste his time. Appreciate you being there with that. There's a lot of punishment. Totally left, by the way, I mean, the boss said it was summer, so. My trash lot was basically done. I do want to say that real quick, that there are a couple things that he said that I want to report to you. That's great that he sees the future in micro so he can put his best foot forward without them to micro and make people follow suit. Secondly, he said that his father was ahead of his time for this concept of building massive amounts of homes in small space and then having around it. That's not a new concept. That's called New York City. That's not good. To me, that's what it's like. I don't want to be in New York City. I want to be in Chicago. I moved there for a specific reason. I'm a Syracuse City cop last 13 years, and for the benefit of my family, I wanted to stay away from where I work. I don't want to be in the city. I don't want to have houses right next to mine. That's why I pay a lot of money to have a house and have either land and a backyard. This designated green space that we were told about. I live on the cul-de-sac. This well, all the other times they skate on. And, I'm a little bit different perspective. I get to use that. Probably not good for me. I was asked to talk about traffic and safety because I'm confident that's what we do. So real quick. And I don't even know if this is necessary to talk, because I think the rest of you guys have this very good already, so I'll be very, very brief. Regarding traffic, the proposed development, 46 now homes, an average of 1.8 vehicles per household according to US numbers. We're looking at somewhere around cars additionally. We all use the exact same road to get out. Belmont Trail to Route 5. There's no back. There's no direct access to Route 5. This has to come through our development. We're going to have another 85 houses or 85% cars. We have a hard time turning right. There's something else turning left, right? Going down to 5. Speed limits are 45 miles an hour, which is 55 miles an hour. It plows you've got trucks, you've got, all the farmers driving their hay back and forth from Tuscarora down to Green Lakes Road. It gets a little bit, it gets a little bit crazy as it is. We've already got too much traffic going to Chicken, go to the new casino that we all love to see when we drive by. And this capacity is already pretty much maxed out. We've seen accidents at the intersection before. It's a crapshoot to try to go for it. When you want to go for it, they're taking you left. We already have this issue, right? Problems with developing this space is that you can't just jump out to where that commercial spot is, because that's already gone. That driveway has to come off. So, regarding the safety concerns, I'm not going to get into the low income housing and that kind of stuff. It's a political conversation just as much as it is anything else. I will say though that we've seen an increase in crime in our neighborhood. I have two young daughters and a wife at home. I work nights, so I'm a little bit protective of my space. And by nature, I have this issue. I approach these people when they come through who I don't recognize. And very clearly see from my perspective, which is obviously years in Syracuse, is that paper case in place, right? Which means that they're looking for potential victims for the future. I've seen this over the years. It was proven a couple of months ago when we had some criminals coming to our neighborhood, broke into a bunch of cars, and use it to go to the next neighborhood, steal somebody else's stuff outside of our development. This big long walkway here, the big drive coming up Strong Trail, there's like 100 yards or so of some trees on the right, a little bush of trees on the right, and the farmland on the left. Once you go down that, you get your development. There's a reason why cars parked at the front of the driveways are broken into less than the cars at the end of the driveways. Nobody likes to walk up to a tunnel. Seen and heard, right? It's what security lights on their houses. If you have a development right here to this section that we're talking about, that's eliminating that area that we're talking about here. So everybody who's in that little section now can walk freely through, and there's no problem. It's a natural barrier that we use. It's a gated community without a gate, if that makes any sense to you guys, right? So this proposal, the fact that who knows who's going to end up moving in here, it's going to cause that specific problem. It's very clear that that's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. We've already had some issues, like I said, the casino coming through with relationship with fellows and that if we need family members. That's all I have. Any other questions?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anybody online?
Nope,
Nobody online.
nope.
With who?
Yeah, there, yeah. Well, I want to clarify.
Yeah.
And they didn't want us to go. It was the after we see every fall here, and we met with the mayor's executive, and she gave us information on the sewer system. Maybe it would make it different. That's why this is because there were a lot of people that think so I'm trying to answer the question about.
Yeah, I'm being sarcastic partially, but this same stuff was brought up by the mayor 2 years ago. That's why I say it's a waste of time, because this is already on your record from 2019 or whatever year it was. What year was it?
2019.
February of 2020, this was exactly brought up. Coincidentally, the company pulled out that next day, right? So that's why I say it's somewhat a waste of time, because this has already been talked about before.
The problem is, that was an application for R5, which was a totally different type of zoning. This is a different type of zoning. Therefore, we have to give it due consideration and call it de novo and start all over again.
Right.
It is what it is.
I should have mentioned that we offered to buy this land as well, that would solve this problem with attempted green space, and Cheryl here, if don't mind me saying, talk to the owner of that land. Right, real estate agent for that land, who told her to stop complaining about what was gonna go there.
Okay.
Okay, we need to move on. We need to move on. Does anyone else want care to speak that something new information that we need to hear? Nobody's
Nobody
online.
online. Nope,
Ernie, you made a motion?
I'll second it.
Motion made, second by Judy to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing is hereby closed.
Apparently not.
We're not ready. All right.
If we delay this.
We want to put it in writing, so that we can arrange it.
That's happening right now. 20 minutes. Hey. We didn't guess. No, we did not.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand adjourned.
We're gonna adjourn. You guys all right? to adjourn?
We are gonna be resolving this in January.
Go ahead, put it on that
Everybody
agenda.
should come in and be able to articulate your reasons, how you feel and why you feel and which way you feel. Yeah. And we will do that in the first meeting in January. But we'll have a resolution in writing for the power. Richard made a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
Second by Judy, all in favor?
Wow.